the women get real serious.
Truth quotes Friday.
And Gunther makes a promise. Hola, bienvenidos a Wrestle MSX. Soy Miguel.
Soy Sally.
Oh, absolutely nailed it. So, after not hearing from the Spanish announcers, somebody not pressing the right button, and recapping Saturday night's main event, we kick off with Jade Cargill and co. Cargill was drowned out by the very loud crowd, with her saying she's one of one, and B-Fab saying she'll win on Sunday because she's the most dominant woman in WWE. The trio are then interrupted by Rhea Ripley, who heads to the ring. She says she surrounds herself with others to get success. This is Cargill. But when it's just Jade, she beats her. She beats her at WrestleMania and will beat her on Sunday. Jade responds, asking Rhea if she thinks the division revolves around her, before adding the women with her want a piece of power, whereas Ripley is so weak that she's willing to work with women that don't even like her. Oh, this is so weird. There's no need for it. The foursome are then interrupted by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Flair tells Cargill not to believe her own success, with Bliss saying she has the ego of a legend, but against them she has the resume of a rookie. Cargill calls her a little girl and Flair's ragdoll, with Bliss firing back that she likes to give people that go against her a warning, and this is that warning. She's gone toe-to-toe with people on the mic and in the ring, people that are way better than you, so do not make me embarrass you before your career has even started. The six are then interrupted by Nick Aldis, who makes a match. Oh, thank goodness. Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill. Now, just interrupting myself, that's the opener. Now, when Bliss said she's gone toe-to-toe with people on the mic and in the ring, people that are way better than you, to Cargill, the camera panned to Bliss, and she was, no, sorry, not to Bliss, to Cargill, and Cargill was practically crying. The bottom lip was going. She was not happy, not angry, but she was clearly rocked by what was said. And Bliss said what she said, or when she said what she said, her tone dropped. Her face got serious.
It did, yeah.
So to me, there was some real meaning behind what was said. Now, it could have been great acting, but I feel Bliss meant it. And if you can watch it, watch it. But as soon as Bliss started to speak, I'm just speaking here, not reading anything, her face was like, I've gone toe-to-toe with the best. Don't mess with me. It was as if something had maybe been said backstage. Maybe they don't like the way Cargill's handling things backstage. We don't know anything, but it was just, Bliss was like, no, you're not talking to me like that. And I'm thinking, Bliss feels like she's been crossed, and she gave it to Cargill, and Cargill's bottom lip was trembling.
Yeah,
so
wounded.
Yeah. Also, the crowd absolutely loving Bliss here.
Yeah.
Like, I know that Flair and Bliss came out, but the crowd absolutely loving Bliss.
Yeah. Kept
So
chanting her name.
I think it's because she's Spanish. I don't know.
So first up, Jade Cargill versus Alexa Bliss. The other four still at ringside. A low bridge sent Cargill from the ring with Bliss following, but she was caught and then powerbombed onto the crowd barrier. Bliss replied with a drop kick into the crowd barrier before the pair headed back to the ring. Bliss sets up for Sister Abigail, but Cargill escaped and pushed her towards the ropes.
Here, Michin trips Bliss, with Flair and Rhea then heading over to drive the bad guys away. Back in the ring, Bliss hits a DDT, but not a twisted Bliss, as Cargill gets her knees up. One pump kick and Jaded moments later net the win for Jade. After the match, Cargill retrieved a chair from under the ring, placed it in the ring, and hit Bliss with another Jaded onto said chair.
Ouchie. Backstage, we then join Cody Rhodes and Kathy Kelly. She asks how he feels with Sami Zayn then appearing. Sami asks if he has anything to say to him, with Rhodes saying he has nothing to say to him.
Oh, this is pointless then.
Zayn says maybe he should, and start by saying he's sorry because he didn't want the fight last week. He tried to help last week and fight Gunther off, only for Rhodes to then hit him with the crossroads from behind. Rhodes tells him to shut his face, adding he watched him fade out and get choked by Gunther. Sami says he wanted to help because he's the last real good guy, and justified not helping by saying he was teaching Cody a lesson.
Ooh.
Cody then added that when he's done with Gunther tonight, he'll be teaching Sami a lesson.
No, he didn't tell him to shut his face, but I just said that just to liven it up a little bit. But he basically said, be quiet. We then see Aldis telling Danhausen he's sorry his equipment got held up at customs, but he shouldn't be doing any more experiments anyway. Hauser then asks him what he wants him to do, with Aldis telling him to go out in front of the crowd and improvise with his experiments. The Miz then appears and tells us that Kit got detained at customs, apparently too much liquid, as in too much moisturiser, which explains why it'll be Miz facing Axiom later and not Kit, which it was supposed to be.
Yes.
He said on Musings it was Kit, and I was like, well, why is the
What's
Miz
happened here?
against Axiom, but Kit's, I don't know, probably not allowed into the country. Miz wants the match postponed, but of course it isn't. The whole time this is going on, you can see Danhausen in the background picking up equipment and taking it to a side room. He does pick up a monitor at one point, like an old computer monitor or a TV with the old big back on.
Yeah.
So where they've dug that up from, I have no idea.
Next up, The Miz versus Axiom, with Frazier alongside. The crowd cheer their favourite son, with the lights suddenly dipping as the match begins. The Spaniard can do no wrong with every move cheered. The pair, of course, exchange 2 count covers, with Miz eventually climbing to the top rope. And as he does, the lights flicker again, which distracts Miz enough for Axiom to meet him and land a Spanish fly. This is followed by a golden ratio and a cover for the 1, 2, 3.
Like he was ever going to lose.
I know, yeah.
Miz is just cannon fodder, isn't he now?
Seems to be.
We then cut to Damian Priest asking R-Truth if he's medically cleared, with Truth saying no. He does have a tag partner for him tonight though, Royce Keys. Keys then approaches the pair, with Truth hiding his gold chains and saying, D-Bone, what's up, Royce? Before telling Priest to hide his chain too. Now, apparently, this is a nod to the film Friday, which I have not seen, so thank you. Priest isn't happy and doesn't want to tag with Keys, as he will only tag with Truth. Keys says Priest wants to be a hero, with Priest asking how he can trust him. Truth then questions the pair if they're scared to tag together to take on the MFTs, with them both, of course, saying no.
We then cut to Sami speaking with Candice LeRae and bemoaning Cody, with LeRae saying she didn't know Sami felt like that. Sami then apologises and says he wasn't talking to her, saying he was talking to him, as he points towards a planking Gargano.
Anything for a free holiday.
Matt Cardona then rocks up and asks if things are okay. The two then start arguing after Cardona nearly called Sami a little pitch.
What?
This all results in Cardona heading off to see Nick Aldis.
Oh, what a match. We see an injured Alexa Bliss backstage, with Flair then telling Ripley the next time she sees Jade, Ripley interrupts, telling her not to worry about her, as she'll handle her at Clash. Flair responds by saying if she doesn't, she will, because she has a receipt coming.
Next up, Damian Priest and Royce Keys versus the MFTs, with Solo at ringside. Keys dominates Tama and drops in with a scoop slam before Tala heads in to help out, only to be sent from the ring by Keys and Priest. We see a massive choke bomb from Keys to Tama, with Priest then coming back in and taking out both MFTs. A top rope clothesline then nets Priest too.
Keys then gets involved, taking out Tala, with the ref then having a word with him. As he does, Solo spikes Priest from the apron, which downs him. Truth's music then hits, with Ron Cena heading out. He takes it to Solo, but Solo bests him. As he's about to land the killer blow though, Keys stops him, but then gets attacked from behind by Tama. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Tala choke slams Priest, covers, and gets the 3.
In the back, we see The Miz telling Aldis he will sue him because of the lights flickering and the distraction, with Aldis saying he will get to the bottom of it. The pair then happen across Danhausen's lair, with Miz entering first and getting blasted by a fire extinguisher. Aldis then follows and tries to look at Hausen's monster, but the weird little goblin tells him not to touch.
We recap the feud between Reigns and Fatu and then see Chelsea Green assuming her and Tiffany Stratton are going out together when Green has her match. Stratton says, "You helped last week, but we aren't mates." Not quite that, but you get what I mean. Anyway, Stratton wishes her luck and then heads off.
Next up, Sami Zayn versus Matt Cardona. But before this, we get a great comic book style video package for the mask versus mask match on Saturday between El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano at Noche de las Garadas.
Yeah, that would do.
Yeah?
Absolutely nailed that.
Yes!
So fluent.
Back to the match, and after a lot of strikes, we lock in a chin lock, which Cardona, luckily, escapes.
A double underhook powerbomb then nets Matt a 2 count, with Sami also hitting a powerbomb and getting 2. Sami then looks for the haluva, but Cardona hits a Rough Rider and gets another 2. But only because Sami put his foot on the rope. An exploder and haluva kick then wrap things up for Sami, who gets the W.
We then learn that the winners of the King and Queen of the Ring will have a title match at SummerSlam before we run through a brief history of the tournament. We then see an ad for a new programme, WWE Made in America, which appears to be about how WWE took off from then to now. I think it's just in the States though.
Yeah, I don't know. I
here.
mean, I'm sure you can probably find it somewhere. You know what people can find on the internet these days or anywhere, absolutely anything. But it appears to be from then to now and how it's grown.
Yeah.
And, there was a quote with Triple H saying it's possibly the greatest export from America, WWE. Thoughts? Next we see Nick Aldis telling Gunther to keep things civilised when he gets in the ring later with Cody, with Gunther saying he's going out there to attack Cody verbally. Before Gunther heads off, he suggests they hold the show in Madrid next time. Now, they're in Barcelona, which are Madrid's bitter football rivals, if you are not aware. Now, there's people that don't know that.
I didn't know that.
So, after a little bit of Googling, in NBA terms, think Celtics, Lakers, or NFL, or in NFL, Bears, Packers. Now that's quite an old reference, but apparently they've got a bit of a rivalry, and basically that's Madrid and Barcelona, very bitter rivals. Two of the best teams in the world, always going head to head, but I don't want to go on about that because this is not about football, but it can be if you want me to.
No. Out next is Trick Williams and Little Yachty. Yachty says he's the money and the man who makes it happen, and then tells us we're witnessing the Trick Williams campaign. Trick
Running for president?
seems to be. Trick then picks himself up and declares himself for the King of the Ring tournament. Carmelo Hayes then heads out, tells Trick he's going to take care of Saints, and then come for the US title again.
Trick and Hayes then get into it, with Trick saying Hayes always comes up with excuses, and as the two get close, they're interrupted by Ricky Saints. He tells Hayes when he's done with him, he's coming for the United States Championship. Trick says he makes him feel sick by saying he's coming for his title, and then gives him some advice. When Trick Williams tells you to shut the hell up, you shut the hell up.
Fair.
He then says when the two of them have decided who's better, maybe they can figure out who's going to get the title match against Trick. Saints then tells Trick to get stepping, but suffers a backhand from the champ. Trick then heads towards Hayes, but Little Yachty pulls him back, with the pair then exiting the ring.
Back from the break, and we're already underway with Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. Hayes lands some mounted punches with the fight, then heading outside. When we come back from a break, Hayes lands a frog splash, but Saints gets his knees up and hits a bridging suplex into cover, but only for 2. Hayes responds with a 2 of his own before landing a DDT, which wipes out both men.
Blows are then exchanged, with a Dirty Diana then landed, followed by a 2 count for Hayes. The pair then head outside, with Hayes being sent into the crowd and coming back with a clothesline from the barrier. While all this is going on, the referee is counting and reaches 10, with the bell then ringing and ending the match. The pair continued after the bell, with Hayes hitting the first 48 and Saints rolling out the ring. Triple threat for the US title, anyone? This match was not as good as I thought it would be.
No.
To be fair. Very impressed by Saints. The problem with Hayes is it's too much springboard. Springboard this, springboard that. Too much. I have enough of that with Javon Evans. I don't need it. It's too much. Just wrestle. Just do so. And there's too many strikes in it. No, too many strikes. Didn't like that. I was looking forward to it. A little bit disappointed.
Fair enough. We then take a look at Lesnar versus Oba this Sunday before heading backstage to see Nia Jax tell Tiffany Stratton she's going to handle her Chelsea problem. Lash then targets the US title, saying it could do with a new home. We have another Blake Monroe vignette where she says she's the stuff of nightmares and dressed as beautiful as a dream. The glamour is coming to SmackDown.
I did like what she said. It was different. We did say glamour, didn't we?
Yes, I think we
said
did.
a while ago. It's just
when
she's got to have like glamorous. If you can have a glamorous move, that's what she got to incorporate into what she does. I don't know what a finisher is.
No idea.
I'm assuming she's come from NXT.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't watch NXT. Well, I just like to see people come up. Then I get an impression of them. As I say, Carmelo Hayes. I know he was up from last year. Great. Trick Williams. Obafemi.
Yes.
Sol Ruka. Ethan Page. Yeah, exactly. You see the difference? It's night and day. It's night and day. So, to the last match of the night. And the main event of the evening. Nia Jax versus Chelsea Green. Lash with Jax Snatch. How is this last match of the night? This is your main event.
I have no idea.
A pop-up headbutt nets Jax a 2 count, with Green being put down every time she mounts any kind of offence. A zigzag from nowhere gets Green 2 with a missile drop kick, then allowing her to get the Rough Rider in and get another 2.
Lash then tries to get involved, but Green kicks her away, which is enough of a distraction as Jax then lands a Samoan drop and the inevitable Annihilator, but not quite. As Jax drags her victim to the corner, Stratton's music hits. Lash looks up the rampway, as does Jax, while she's climbing the ropes for the ass splash.
What?
What? But while she's looking, Stratton strikes with the title, having come from the timekeeper's area.
Sneaky.
This does for Jax, as Green then covers and gets the victory. After the match, Green looks for a hug, but Stratton ain't interested.
Backstage, Kathy Kelly asks Brian Page that the target on my back has been getting bigger and bigger since they won the titles. Bree says the target's gotten bigger, with Page adding they're on a roll. They're then interrupted by Fatal Influence, with JC declaring for Queen of the Ring and Henley and Reed showing interest in the tag titles. Double J then says soon everyone will be under their influence.
Last up tonight, Cody Rhodes and Gunther having a face-to-face. Gunther says the show has to be all about Rhodes, but it's not his fault, it's the culture he was brought up in, saying his name is fitting, American Nightmare, because right now he's the perfect symbol of the crumbling American dream. Gunther says he had to work to be in the position he's in, whereas for Cody, it was all just a phone call away.
Gunther goes on. One phone call and he gets a trainer. One phone call and he's in the WWE. One phone call and he comes back. And according to Gunther, this makes him an entitled little brat. All that matters to Gunther is to be the best professional wrestler in the company and to protect the sport from people like Rhodes. Adding Rhodes' biggest fan is himself. Not Gunther, Cody.
Rhodes comes back saying Gunther's a liar, questioning that he doesn't want all the glitz and glamour that comes with being the champion.
Now, to me, this sounds like the World Heavyweight Championship storyline.
Yes, yeah.
Literally the same storyline. Like,
yeah, he wants it all.
Come on, guys.
I think it's something different.
Well, no, Jacob doesn't. No, Jacob wants it all.
He wants it all, yeah.
Whereas Gunther's saying he doesn't want it all. But it's pretty much the same storyline. We're talking about what comes with the title.
Yeah.
Now, come on, they could have thought of something else. But anyway, sorry.
Rhodes continues saying Heyman told him what came with being a champion, but he didn't say is that it was addictive. Rhodes says Gunther wants attention and he'll find out the worst thing that a pure wrestler could ever find. He's just not that good.
Wow. Rhodes drops his defined hard-to-beat line and then leaves. Gunther grabs his arm and says he promised Goldberg, AJ Styles and John Cena he'd choke them out, and he did, before promising to do the same to Rhodes and drop him like a wet towel. He then vows to take the title with him on Sunday. SmackDown goes off the air with Rhodes looking rather concerned. But not as concerned as Jade Cargill from earlier. Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Not exciting, really.
It's not... No, I mean, it's just the build-up.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the questions from Kathy
chit-chat.
Kelly are boring. So convoluted. Kathy, just keep it. How are you feeling? That's all I need. I don't need to know, go around the house. Just be like, how are you feeling? You're looking forward to your match tonight. What about Sunday? Big match. How you feeling? Are you going to retain the title? That's all I need. I don't need anything else, Kathy. If you write your own questions, have a word with yourself. If somebody else is writing them for you, have a word with them and say, why are they so convoluted? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, now for Michael's moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, serious, quirky, and or different. Just something that catches my eye. Obviously, it has to wait until the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So, Michael's moment of the night, sometimes good, sometimes shite. So hang around and wait and see as to whether you disagree. Alexa Bliss giving it to Jade Cargill. It was spiky, it seemed rather real to me, and it was the look that she gave Cargill when she delivered the lines. As I say, it was serious, as if there was an undercurrent to it. Cargill didn't like it either. Bottom lip was going, or about to, and it was if you could go and see it,
you could just Alexa just like dropped the tone.
Dropped the tone, and she was delivering it as if she was like, "Don't you talk to me like that," or "I don't like it," or it was just. I mean, we don't know if anything's happened backstage.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe Bliss is just that good.
Yeah, maybe we don't know if anything's happened backstage, but it was just the way it was delivered. It was like Bliss doesn't like how she's been spoken to, and she's giving it back to Cargill. And Cargill's like, I've said the wrong thing here, and lip was going. I mean, the match seemed fine. They didn't see any intent to hurt one another.
No.
It didn't seem to roll into that, which is correct, because they have to be professional about what they do. But it just didn't seem Cargill liked what Bliss said, and I think Bliss was being rather serious about that. Anyway.
If you agree or have any thoughts that you'd like to share, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section just down below. Don't forget to go and check out our musings video with our thoughts and honest opinions on the last week of WWE, because a new one drops every
Halloween.
Wednesday.
As always, thank you very much for watching.
And we'll see you Sunday for a look at Clash in Italy, and then Monday for Raw.